Hey there! Today I'm going to talk about a limited edition fountain pen, but don't worry, this is not one that'll set you back hundreds of dollars, but it's still nice. It's a pen by a brand from Switzerland, of which I didn't own a single pen, but I did own one of their inks, and of course I'm talking about Caran. Now, Caran is a fairly funny name. Why? Because Caran sounds French, but it's not. There was a political cartoonist called Emmanuel Poiret who used a pseudonym, which was Caran, which sounds French, but he actually just borrowed a Russian word, Carandash. I'll write that down for you in the writing sample I'll do later. And the funny thing is that Carandash, the Russian word Carandash, actually means pencil. And that comes from Turkish, the word Karadaş, which means a black stone, which was used on a karataş, which is a black slate. So that is the origin of the name. I thought that was funny, and I thought I'd share it with you. I like linguistics. Okay, so Caran. The pen is I'm just going to pronounce this Dunas, D-U-N-A-S, Dunas. I think that's the pronunciation. And this is a limited edition, the Dunas Metallic. It comes in a very nice box, which I think is very funny, because this is actually metal. That's kind of funny. So you open it, you slide this out, and then you get the pen. And the funny thing is, the pen's made of plastic. It's called metallic, but actually the only metal part is the box. Nothing wrong with that, because it's a nice pen. I'll show it to you in a second. You can take this out. Then you get your directions for use. Useful if you don't know how to write. Of course, it deals with filling the pen, etc. And you get this nice, weird thing that you open. It took me a while to figure out how to open it, because it folds open like that. And it comes with two cartridges, which look like standard international cartridges to me, except they have a nice silver Caran logo stamped on them. Okay, let's have a look at the pen. We shouldn't disregard this pen simply because it is made out of plastic, because I think it's a very nice design, I really do. So, this pen combines shapes. If I move it around like that, you should see some facets there, because this is supposed, I think, to be octagonal. Actually, I think it has just 6. I think it's actually just hexagonal, but okay. Well, it depends a little on how you count it. You could, okay, it could be octagonal depending on your point of view. Doesn't really matter. It's got shapes and angles and stuff going on there, and it ends in a completely rounded barrel. So it starts round, then it gets octagonal, and then with the cap, well, roughly the same thing happens. So that's plastic. The clip is metal, and there is this nice metal ring there, which says Caran, which I kind of like. Okay, the cap is pulled off, clicks in place nicely and firmly. I like the design. I like the design of the grip section. It's nice and smooth. This is very smooth and almost reflective black plastic, and then there is a metal ring again. The nib is medium. It was the only nib that was offered, so it could be that this pen is only offered with a medium nib. I'm not sure how well my camera picks it up, but there is some nice curly copper plate type of writing, decoration on the nib, and it has the Caran logo, and it says M for medium. Okay, so that's that. The cap again has the Caran logo, CDA, which is also the abbreviation of a Dutch political party, by the way, but that's a whole different matter. The pen opens up, reveals a converter. The converter was not supplied with the pen. I had to get that separately. Now, I did get it for free, but I had to ask for that. Not to get it for free, but to ask for a converter. So, yeah, I think if you buy a limited edition, it would be nice if Caran would actually supply a converter with it. But, okay, whatever. This is the Caran converter. Nothing too fancy. I see it's not even the Caran converter. It just says Pelican. But that's fine. I mean, if the pen accepts standard international cartridges, then it should accept the converter of any pen that accepts cartridges as well, international cartridges. Okay, good. So that's a standard, piston twisting converter. The pen is not huge, but it's a decent size. If I hold it, I would like to post it. Now, there's a little bit of an issue when you try to post this pen, and that is that the cap doesn't really stay on there. You see, it falls off. You can push it on there, but because it's plastic and you have to exert some pressure, I'm a little hesitant to do that because I don't want it to crack. This is a bit awkward because if you write with it like this, do you hear that? The cap is on there pretty loosely and it will actually fall off at some point. Especially when you write, then you rub it with your hand and then it may just come off at some point. So, as to the design, I think that is something that could have been improved or could be improved in a future model, and that has nothing to do with the octagonal thing because this part of the barrel is just rounded off and so is the inside of the cap, so it should really stick. Okay, but it doesn't. As to writing, smooth. I was surprised. This is a steel nib, but it offers a writing quality that, as far as I'm concerned, is comparable to that of a decent gold nib. A bit like the Faber-Castell Emotion pens. They have steel nibs, but they write really smoothly. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you can compare this nib to the nib on the Emotion pens. So, what I'll do next is give you a writing sample, and that's it. So I hope this was useful, and I'll see you later. Bye bye. Okay, writing with the Caran Metallic Dunas Metallic. So as I've explained in the video, posting is a bit of an issue, but okay, I think I got it. Caran, which in Russian, oh god, I'm doing terrible script here. Caran, that's what the name is derived from. Dash, not sh. If I would extend that, it would be Caran, but it's not in there. Okay, linguistics aside, here we have the Dunas Metallic. I'll just call it Met because it won't fit. Not crystal meth, just Met. And the nib is medium. The ink is Caran Storm. I thought it would make sense to put Caran ink in a Caran pen. Right, let's have a look at writing. I can tell you one thing. The nib, as far as I'm concerned, could have been broader, but this is the only nib I could get, and it is smooth. It glides across the paper. Very nice. I really like the smoothness of this nib. It's very nice. Okay. Flexibility. Well, I apply more pressure. As you can see, there is some line variation. It's not huge, but it's there. Of course, it is a steel nib. But okay, it's nice. I mean, it's not a flex nib. Apparently, it's not what it's meant for, so that's not a big issue. fast writing, not being legible, just being fast. As you can see, the pen keeps up well, there's no skipping, there is no skidding or whatever, so a good feed that keeps up with your writing. I like that. Okay, so I would say thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.